Hello, and welcome to the Speech Diaries. I'm Loretta Zajac. How do you like your eggs? Many people like them many different ways. And I bet you're expecting me to say I like my eggs sunny side up because of the title of this video. The truth is, I hate eggs. Oh, especially the white part. The only way I'll eat them is if they're in something like a cake or over easy. And then I'll just dip my toast in the yolk. But luckily, I'm not here to talk about eggs. Sunny side up is just a reference to one's attitude, disposition, and the way we face life. This evening, we'll look at 3 major roadblocks one might encounter along the way to achieving your dreams, and how your attitude is the key to eradicating those obstacles once and for all. Obstacle number 1, fear. Number 2, mindset. And number 3, doubt. Let's get started. The first obstacle that we are going to tackle is fear. I heard a quote from Zig Ziglar, who defined fear in 2 ways. Number 1, forget everything and run, or face everything and rise. Let me share a story with you. One of my best friends from high school, Diana, was diagnosed with stage 4 breast cancer. It was incurable and inoperable. It would have been easy for Diana to just accept her fate and start winding down her life and take things slow. Spend the little time she had with her family and friends. Instead, Diana decided that she didn't want to sit back and allow the cancer to rule her life. She made a choice to be proactive. She began having bake sales at the hospital, making jewelry and selling it. Even had a couple of fundraisers, and all of the proceeds from those events went towards the fight against breast cancer. That diagnosis that Diana received was over 10 years ago, and I'm happy to say she is still thriving and continuing to enjoy her life every minute, and still defines her fear by facing everything and rising. How will you define yours? The second obstacle is mindset, how we perceive things. A pessimist sees the difficulty in every opportunity. An optimist sees the opportunity in every difficulty. Those were the words of Winston Churchill. Throughout our lives, we face difficulties at one time or another. There have been countless times when I've wanted to do something or thought about achieving a goal and then found out how much time or effort it would take and told myself, that's way too hard. There's no way I'm going to be able to do that. Case in point, years ago, I wrote a story that I wanted to get published, and I sent out hundreds of unsolicited manuscripts to various publishing companies. And I received back countless form letters saying, thanks, but no thanks. There was one, however, that I received, and it went along the lines of, thank you for submitting your manuscript. Our readers have evaluated it and sees that it does have potential to meet our criteria. We, however, have reached our quota. We invite you to resubmit in the new year. At first I thought, wow, finally! And I thought about getting my manuscript all ready and then sending it out again. But then the thought came in my head, maybe they're just being nice. Maybe they don't really want it. I mean, if they did, they would publish it, right? Or they would keep it. And so I didn't bother to resubmit in the new year for fear that I would once again be rejected. I lost the war before I even began to fight. What do you think might have happened if I had been a bit more optimistic about the potential of having that manuscript published? I have no idea. But I definitely know that it didn't get published by that company because I did not resubmit. Mindset, attitude, perception, whatever you want to refer to it as, definitely plays an important role in the way we live our lives and what we choose to do with the opportunities we are given. Remember the words of Winston Churchill. A pessimist sees the difficulty in every opportunity. An optimist sees the opportunity in every difficulty. Those words are stuck in my brain now. Our final roadblock, doubt. I'm going to ask you to think about what it is you want out of life, whether it be a career, relationship, financial freedom, whatever it is. What do you want? Now, ask yourself, do you honestly believe that you can get it? From the wise words of Oprah Winfrey, you don't become what you want, you become what you believe. We can want and want and want, but until we believe that we can achieve it, it's only a dream. When I was about 7 or 8 years old, my parents took in a young girl named Brenda. Her mother had left the family home. Her father was my dad's friend, and he couldn't manage to work all day, then come home and take care of his little girl. So he asked if we would take her in, and we did with open arms. Immediately, she became my little sister. She lived with us for just over 2 years and then went back to stay with her father. When she was in high school, Brenda met a young man named Tom. Now, Tom had a similar situation of sorts. His biological parents weren't really responsible enough to take care of all their children, and social services had to come in, and eventually Tom was adopted by a couple who raised him as their own boy. He was focused on changing his life and ensuring that when he met somebody and got married and raised a family, that he was going to be the ultimate father and provider for his children and his wife. Well, I guess I've gotten ahead of the story a bit, because when Brenda and Tom met, they fell in love and they got married. They started from basically nothing and have built and built their family. They've built their home. They've built their lives. And Their journey has just been full of joy, celebration, getting through the hard things together and working through it. All because they believed in their ability to achieve these goals. They are the most warm and welcoming people that I know. And it's all because they had no doubt that in their life they were going to succeed as loving, responsible parents that were dedicated and committed to raising their family. Brenda believed in Brenda, and because of that, Designs by Brenda is a successful, thriving reality. And if you're ever up in Wyerton, stop by her little shop. It's gorgeous. To sum up everything in an eggshell, yes, we're back to eggs. I know, my jokes just crack me up too. Sorry about that. Whenever you need a shot of motivation or a way to get through those hurdles, roadblocks in life, remember, fear has two meanings. Forget everything and run, or face everything and rise. A pessimist sees the difficulty in every opportunity, and an optimist sees the opportunity in every difficulty. And you don't become what you want, you become what you believe. You see, in many ways, life is just like eggs. You have choices about the way you approach life's hurdles. You can serve them up runny, scrambled, poached, hard-boiled, fried, but if you ask me, the best way to deal with anything, even eggs, is sunny side up. How do you like your eggs?